Oh, hey guys. Yeah. Fucking. Just waking up. Haven't done a video in a little while. I have done videos. I started another channel. So I've been doing videos on that channel. But I haven't really been doing videos as much. But I'm just turning on the camera and improvising. There's nothing going on. Summer is coming. Summer is coming. So for me that means like 120 degrees for like 2 months or some shit. And yeah. So because of this, I'm kind of racing against the clock. I have some shit that I'm doing, and I don't want to have to do it in the 120 degree weather. So I'm trying to get it done before the heat wave. Yeah, just kind of chipping away at it a little bit at a time, as much as I can. It's already hot, you know. And then, yeah. So I got some projects that I would really like to finish. And yes, yep. A buddy of mine, him and his old lady came over yesterday, and they're heading out of town to beat the heat, you know. And they left a bunch of flowers here, these pots of flowers. So now I've got all this vegetation outside, which is nice. But I've never been any good at keeping plants alive. I don't really have much of a green thumb. Anyhow, yeah. No, and then I did that video yesterday. I am so fucking sick of this shit with the fucking internet. Dude, these platforms, these video hosting platforms are so fucking terrible, bro. And yeah, so I can't believe it. I can't believe how bad it is. And then nobody does or says anything about it. I was thinking about, so I did a video yesterday, and it was a Bill Hicks quote, you know, where he talks about commercial. If you start commercializing your shit, you're off the artistic roll call. And this is the way it should be. Anybody who starts commercializing their channel and their content, it just shows who they really are. They're not bringing you some alternative to the news. They're just just like he says, another corporate shill at the fucking capitalist gangbang, another fucking whore. You know, they're no different. And that's the problem, is that all this shit on these video hosting platforms are doing the same fucking thing that mainstream media is. And you know, I mean, in my opinion, people should start co-oping, or isn't that what that's called? Co-op? Or no? Stop watching their channels, stop paying attention to them, and go in the comment section and just start fucking calling them out. Because we as the people, you know, are allowing these sellout channels to completely take over and dominate what they call. That's not a free speech platform. When a so-called free speech platform gets taken over by a bunch of shills, It's obvious it's not a free speech platform. So, you know, Ray from BitChute has sold out. I've had a couple interactions with him before, and I've tried to be as nice with him as possible and tell him in the nicest way possible that he needs to drop the business model he's using, because I know he's using the same business model that everyone else is. Maximize profit, minimize cost. That's Ray's that's Ray's whole business model for BitChute. So the whole thing about anti-censorship is just a sales pitch. That's all that is. You know, it's like these commercials that show these cars and talk about how great they are, and then you end up finding out they're just a piece of shit. It's the same. You know, he's commercializing fucking free speech. He's using the idea of free speech to sell a fucking product. That's the opposite. So anyways, I could go on and on. And anyways, so yesterday I was thinking about starting up a channel called Commercial Watch. And every channel in Popular and Trending that's doing commercials, do a commercial watch. Show that, look, this guy's doing a commercial in his video. And then follow it up with the Bill Hicks quote. You do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call forever. You're no longer a truther. You're no longer a fucking truther. And people need to understand this. But they're not going to. They're not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know why no one is standing up against this shit. I don't know. And why apparently people love these guys. They just love these guys. Well, as they put their commercial, you know, I was watching Adapt 2030 last night, which I don't watch. Every once in a while I'll watch him. He plugged 2 commercials that he did himself, dude. This is what I'm saying. You guys may not be paying attention to this like I am. It would be like if I'm doing a video and then I'm like, well, that reminds me, you really want to try out this good product. It's called LaCroix. And, you can click the link below and you can get a 10% off if you just type in, I'm a faggot. You can get 10% off of your next purchase of LaCroix, And he did 2 of those. Richie from Boston does it with that gold company. Oh, I swear by that gold company. They give you a good deal, and you can try it or don't. The link is in the description. Like, that's a commercial. See, all these guys, they're doing commercials under the guise of trutherism. I'm a truther. Richie from Boston is bringing you the truth about Trump. He's telling you the truth about. Like, this guy, like, what? And these guys are just complete fucking sellouts. So, everything Richie from Boston says about Trump, all it is a turd falling into my drink. And then all you people go on and on about Trump and you say the same thing Richie from Boston does. It's like, well, Richie from Boston is a sellout piece of shit. Like, he's just another corporate shill at the capitalist gangbang. He's another fucking whore, right? And you're saying the same thing that Richie from Boston... Dude, Richie from Boston is obsessed with fucking Trump, dude. All the time talking about Trump. And then he plugs his commercial about fucking all his stupid faggot bullshit. Like, so I would be careful. If you're saying the same thing that some piece of shit grifting shill is, you might want to question your own narrative. And where is it coming from? When all the shills are saying the same thing as you? Maybe you've been listening to these shills too much. And I'm telling you, fucking Richie from Boston, fucking that's all he talks about is Trump is the Antichrist and all the same gay bullshit, dude. And he's a sellout based off of the code that Bill Hicks provides. Dude, it's so easy. Anybody doing a commercial, they're stupid, bro. And so, like I was talking, do a commercial watch. I want to do a commercial watch video. Everybody doing a commercial, I'll expose them. I'll show how Richie from Boston does this commercial, and then I'll end it with the Bill Hicks quote. You do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll call forever. You're no longer a truther. All you are is a fucking another fucking corporate fucking shill. And then put it, you know, and there's Richie from Boston. Then we'll get Adapt 2030. There he is doing his commercial. Then we'll get fucking, you know, We Are Change doing their commercial. Show the clip of the commercial and always end it with Bill Hicks quote. You do a commercial, you're off the air, and start showing all these, dude, all these fucking channels all over and Popular and Trending. They dominate all of your fucking so-called free speech platforms with their commercial clickbait bullshit. The quartering. And these are all these guys are all in Popular and Trending. And just start removing them. Just start like, look, these are these guys. So if you're listening to these guys and you're parroting, you're saying the same shit as these guys are, then what are you doing? I would, anytime you catch yourself saying anything that these sellouts are saying, I would really highly encourage you and challenge you to challenge your own views, because if the grifting sellouts are saying it and then here you are saying the same thing, maybe it's because you're listening to these fucking retards. But anyways, whatever. I digress, right? So I did the video about that because I'm sick of it, dude. It's like it's so obvious that all these guys are fucking shills all over on BitChute. The Popular and Trending sections on BitChute is just fucking full of nothing but fucking shills. They're all lying fucking corporate fucking gangbang fucking whores. That's all they are. And everything they say is suspect. Nothing that they say is even worth a fuck, dude. None of it. And so when you use that, you'll eliminate 70% or of all the motherfuckers in Popular and Trending. Then the 30%, the majority of them, all they do is use a more covert tactic for their grifty shit. But like I said in yesterday's video, it's just as easy to detect. You know? But anyway, so I did that video yesterday, and I was upset. I am upset. I can't believe, you know, and it's just apathy creates these situations. Apathy. Nobody cares, you know. We are the enemy. We are the enemy, you know. Because our apathy, we just roll over and take it. Nobody does anything about any of this, you know. Yeah. Like, for example, when I saw that in We Are Change, I went right into the comment section and I copied and pasted the Bill Hicks quote. You do a commercial, you're off the artistic roll. Like, and nobody even gets it. Nobody even probably because they didn't even watch the video. They watched like 2 minutes of it and then that's it. You know? Because if they would have saw it 5 minutes in that he did the commercial, then they might have understood why I posted that comment. But anyways, so, yeah, I think we as people, you know, there's a code that I live by, similar to the code that Bill Hicks talks about with the, you know, you do a commercial code. Anybody doing a commercial, they're fucking shills. They're sellouts. They're pieces of shit. They're losers. They're not truthers. That's the furthest thing from a fucking truther, right? So I live by a code, including that code, to discern people, right? I forgot where I was going. Yeah, I forgot. Brain fart. Biden moment. But anyway, so it just bothers me. Oh yeah, now I remember the code. that I have adopted, that I have tried my best to live by for 24 years now. That part of this code claims that we bring on, the majority of our problems we bring on ourselves. We really do. And then we like to blame everybody else, you know. Any and everything else is to blame. That's why the Jews is such a hot subject right now, because people can just blame everything on the Jews now. It's so fucking pussy gay bullshit, dude. So but the truth of the matter is, the majority of our problems we bring on ourselves. Know thy enemy, know thyself. You know. Yeah, and you know, and that's the case with these platforms. We allow these grifting shills to take over our platform. These platforms that are supposed to be just for, you know, free speech, for people to, you know, the public square of free ideas, etc. And it's not. It's all been commercialized. It always is, every time, all the time. Whenever something like that happens, it's always taken over by all the liars and vultures and thieves come in and just take it over, because nobody ever does anything about it. They just lay down and take it, you know. But anyways, yeah, Ray, dude, BitChute is so bad. It just, every day it gets worse and worse and worse. And, you know, BitChute is just, it isn't even BitChute. BitChute is just YouTube. Just like Odyssey and Rumble, they're all just YouTube. YouTube owns all that shit. It isn't even it's not BitChute. Just like the USA isn't the USA. You know, that Beatles song, you're back in the USSR. The USA isn't even the USA, dude. You don't know how lucky you are to be in the USSR, you know. You know, yeah. Freedom, the illusion of freedom. That's another thing Frank Zappa talked about, the illusion of freedom. This is just, it's all been globalism the whole fucking time. And these shills, they defend globalists while they pretend that they're against globalism. You know, that's the way it always works, you know. They're always pretending that they're on the right side when really they're just paid shills. That's what a paid propagandist is. A paid propagandist is getting paid by your enemy while the propagandist pretends to be on your side. And there's so much propaganda all over the fucking place, dude. So anyways, I'm just venting about that, and that's what I was doing yesterday. It's really the only thing that I felt like doing a video on yesterday. And it appears to be the only real thing to do a video on today for me that I could think of. You know? And it pisses me off, dude. Like yesterday I was so fucking pissed doing that video. It's like, but whatever, you know. So, and I got all kinds of shit, you know, going on to take care of. I got a lot of responsibilities and all this stuff. More than I would like to have, I suppose, you know. But yeah, and I got so much shit I got to do. I'm just sitting here looking at all this shit I have to do. It's so fucking ridiculous. But so I'll just leave it there. So this is just kind of a video for posterity, just to be like a check-in, like whatever, blah blah blah. And that's my check-in video. So I'll end with a disclaimer. This video is for education and entertainment purposes only. And any and everything I say could be wrong. That's why I always say do your own research and come to your own conclusions.